welcome back to my channel. It is this time of year where we look back on our goals and how we failed them. Welcome to my look back at my Classics TBR for 2022. So, early in the year, I put out a video, 22 classics to read in 2022. I had to go with that kind of number because I feel like it made sense, but I know that I can't keep going because that will get out of hand, 22 novels, classic novels as well, was a lot. It was an ambitious TBR, and I like to have ambitious goals because I think if it's it's not a challenge if it's not a little bit ambitious. But I definitely went overboard with this one, and then I think I was underestimating how long some novels would take to read, because classic novels, some of them are a bit convoluted in what they say. Loads of them are so long. Literally so long. So already, if most of them are maybe over 500 pages, 22 of them would have been a lot. So yeah, I did not do that well on this goal, but we live and we learn. So let's have a quick look back at my list. The first part of my list included all 9 of Virginia Woolf's novels. That's a lot of Woolf in 1 year, I have to be honest. And also I kind of, again, underestimated how little I wanted to read of Virginia Woolf. I would read one in maybe 6 weeks, and then I'd be like, oh my god, I need to take a break. So yeah, it took a while. I read the first 5 on her list. So The Voyage Out, Night and Day, Jacob's Room, Mrs. Dalloway, and To the Lighthouse. Yeah, so those are for first 5 novels, so I read all 5. Mrs. Dalloway was definitely my favorite, and To the Lighthouse was quite good as well. So I think by that point, the storyline made more sense, because before that, while I was kind of taken in by her writing, it was very, very stream of consciousness freestyle, Like sometimes you just go on tangent and you're like, oh, okay, I guess we're going this way now with this character that was basically a side character. So yeah, it was a lot. I'm going to see how I continue on this goal. I've been starting to make my list for 2023. So I probably will carry on some. I don't think I will carry on all 4 though, because I'm learning, as I said. Then out of the 7 Bronte novels, I wanted to read 6 because I've already read Jane Eyre in 2021. So 6 Bronte novels. Turns out it was a lot, again. And I think some of the novels kind of were quite like a downer, like Wuthering Heights is one of them that I read early in the year. A downer, my god, I don't understand why people like it. But anyway, I also read Agnes Grey, which was short. I really enjoyed it. Actually, I think it was like a mini Jane Eyre, like a really concise Jane Eyre, basically. I'm almost done with Villette, so I'm counting it as done. I think I have 4 hours left to the audiobook, so I will be finishing it in the next 10 days. And I did read the first half of Tenant of Wildfell Hall, and by read I mean I was listening to the audiobook, but got completely lost, so I decided to start from the beginning, but then I lost the will to listen, and I've given up on that. So that one will be definitely going into 2023. So I will be missing Shirley and the Professor by Charlotte Bronte. I might push all 3 novels into the new year. We'll see how I feel. I read To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper. Very good book. I really enjoyed it. I also read Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Also enjoyed it, but a lot less than the first book in the series. I'm in the middle of reading the Count Monte Cristo. I'm sort of counting as done because I'm working really hard finishing this before the end of the year. I have almost 2 weeks left, so I think I can finish. One that I had on my December TBR that I know I'm not finishing is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I restarted from the beginning, and I'm in this pace of things, but I'm going to be focusing on the Count Monte Cristo and Piranesi. So I decided to just kind of let go of Great Expectations. How ironic, But yeah, I've decided to let that go. Probably will go into 2023 because I definitely want to get to it. But yes, unfortunately, I was not able to manage that book. And then there's 3 more books that I didn't read. Is Goethe on the Mountain by James Baldwin. I had started it, and then I lost my library hold because I took so long. And then the library just discontinued having this book. So I wasn't able to find a copy of this again. So I'm kind of rethinking my James Baldwin goal because I can't find the books. I need to look into it, basically, is what I'm saying. The second one is The Stranger by Albert Camus. This would have been a reread for me because I've read it a couple times when I was younger. because I wanted to read it alongside a modern day kind of post-colonial response of it, I also haven't been reading that. So I guess good for me for, you know, being consistent with this. So I still want to read both of them probably in the new year, but we shall see. And finally, the last one is I Am a Cat by Natsume Sōseki. This is a Japanese classic and it's really, really long. I believe it's kind of a series of books, and I have like the condensed version where you have all of them at once, and it's really, really long, and it's kind of boring. I have to say, it starts really slow and I just haven't been able to get into it. So I have not continued, and I have not been wanting to continue either. So we shall see again if I ever go back to this or not. We shall see. That said, I did read a few other extra classics. So I read Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell for Victober. I also read Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. I did finish Middlemarch in January. So that was a really good one actually by George Eliot. Really enjoyed it. Oh, the sun is coming out. Oh. Okay, I've had to change the angle for the end of this video. Apologies. And finally, the last book that I read was The Sign of Four by Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm trying to make my way through the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I'm not loving it, but I want to carry on and, you know, make it through the end and just see then what I kind of think of the whole thing. But yeah, so that was 4 extra ones that were on my TBR. But yeah, I think in total I read 15 classic novels in a year, including those that weren't on my TBR. So I think like that's quite a good number actually. And also that does include the poetry and the short stories and all of that I read as well, especially during the Victober. That really helps, you know. I think I've learned a lot from having put myself this challenge and then from having, you know, how my year went. So I will hopefully be making more of a realistic TBR for 2023. You'll have to come back for that because it will be posted in the coming weeks. And yeah, we shall see how that goes. I'm still pleased with what I read in 2022, and I don't want to like dwell on failing basically, you know, a goal. I'm pleased that I pushed myself basically, and that I read, you know, books that were maybe out of my comfort zone a little bit as well. So yeah, really kind of cool to look back actually and just see what worked and what didn't work. And I will be taking that on for next year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and see you back. Bye!